if you don't mind, could you put your phones on silent, please, if you haven't already? We'd appreciate that. And if you are on the Wi-Fi, could you please? And we apologize. And we're so happy to see each and every one of you. Welcome. Look at your neighbor next to you and just give them a smile. Show them all of those pearly whites, please. Yes, I love to hear the laughter. I love to hear the laughter. Yes, tonight is a beautiful night. We are going to ratify some people who are movers and shakers in this country for the Coalition of Independence. Yes. And to all our candidates, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations in advance. Yes. So I'm going to give you a brief welcome, and then we would have the prayer by Mr. Kirkland Farrington, and then after we'll have the national anthem being sung. Yes, he is the candidate for Southern Shores. Yes. Yes. Everybody seems alive tonight. I love that for us. I love that for us. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. Yes. We have energy, and we're using that tonight. Wonderful. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight we gather as the Coalition of Independence, united not by party lines, but by purpose. This ratification reflects our shared commitment to integrity, accountability, and leadership that puts us first. We are here because we believe in a new Bahamas. I'm going to say that again. We are here today, tonight, this evening, because we believe in a new Bahamas. One built, yes, one built on fairness, opportunity, and a government that truly serves its purpose. Thank you for standing with us, for believing in a better way forward, and being a part of this defining moment. Together, we move ahead with courage, clarity, and conviction. To the new Bahamas! Changing coming! Changing coming! Good. Could you all stand, please? I love the energy in the house tonight. Our Southern Shores candidate will lead us in prayer, and right after we'll have the national anthem of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Shall we bow in prayer? Most gracious and eternal Father, we thank you for this opportunity that you have granted unto us one more time, that we can come together in such setting to further set in place those that you have chosen for this time and season. As we commit these that came tonight to give themselves, we thank you for your Holy Spirit's covering. We place the seal of your Holy Spirit upon them as they are now moving into front line of this battle. And we thank you because we know that the victory is already theirs. We bless you for all that you have purpose concerning this nation. We bless you for all that you have purpose concerning this people. And as we go forth through this time, we thank you for ordering our steps. We thank you for wisdom that is being shared amongst us. We thank you for everyone that makes this your purpose come forth in this hour and this season. We place everything in your hand now. We sanctify this moment unto you, that you would be glorified in all that is said and all that is done. And we ask it all in the name of your Son, Yahshua, our Savior, our Master, and our Redeemer. And we say, hallelujah. Blessed are we. Hallelujah.
The national anthem of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. put your, this hand, what is that? The right hand across your left. Thank you. Across your left breast, and we're going to say the pledge of this great nation. I pledge my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people united in love and service. Give yourselves a round of applause. Are you ready tonight? Are you ready? Yes, thank you so much. You may be seated. And right now I'm going to invite to the stage our cheerleader, the woman who has fought night and day, day and night, the woman whose face you've seen on every social media platform, on every news platform, you've seen her everywhere, pretty much. The woman who is true to our nation, true to putting Bahamians first. And that lady is none other than Miss Charlotte Green. Could you give her a round of applause as she comes? Miss Charlotte Green.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My fellow Bahamians, constituents, colleagues, my leaders, all of our executives, thank you so much for being here. Tonight is a night of purpose. Tonight is the night we move forward. One thing I can say is look at where we are now. Look how far we have come. The journey was indeed glorious. And all the glory and all the honor belongs to God. My fellow Bahamians, tonight we celebrate candidates. We officially ratify and endorse leaders who are prepared to fight for the new Bahamas. The Coalition of Independence was not born for partying, for ceremonies. We were birthed to bring forth the new Bahamas. Out of the cries of Bahamian people who felt forgotten, unheard, unprotected, and it is for those people, the everyday man and woman, that we struggle to fight for. We stand here tonight to confirm leaders who are ready to serve with courage and integrity and commitment. My fellow Bahamians, tonight we are about to ratify 4 candidates. 4 candidates. 4 candidates that everyone has been waiting for. These are the candidates that are going to help steer this ship into the new Bahamas. Are you ready? Are you ready? So I'm going to call the host back up, and the host is going to begin with the reading of our first candidate. Some of you might guess who this person is going to be, but we shall see. So without further ado, Ms. Aisha.
I'm going to try to keep the cat in the bag. I am going to try. Work with me tonight. All right. Let it out. I would. All right. This person I'm speaking about is an accomplished physical education trainer. Yes. Fitness instructor, an educator with over 20 years of experience in physical education, athlete development, and sports program management. She also served as the president of New Providence Public Primary School Sports Association, where she is responsible for organizing the sporting programs for approximately 24 public schools. She is widely recognized for her ability to enhance performance, motivate teams, and foster environments that promote both athletic and excellent and personal growth. I mean, I think you all know who I'm talking about. I'm going to read a little bit more. A driven and self-motivated professional, Miss Blank is strong. Miss Blank, yes, has strong expertise in coaching, teaching, athlete management, leadership communication, administration, and operations. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated a consistent ability to manage multiple responsibilities, meet tight deadlines, and improve students and athletes' outcome. Her strength in this font is very small. In negotiation, relationship building, and organization leadership makes her respected within the educational and sports community. Without further ado, because I could read on and on and on, but without further ado, I'm going to call Michelle Green back to the stage, and she will introduce our next candidate for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forward the one and the only Miss Latoya Bain Stirrup, candidate for the St. James constituency. Miss Stirrup. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Stirrup has shown and has been vetted, reviewed, and recommended through the proper structures of the Coalition of Independence. You have demonstrated alignment with our values, our policies, and our vision. As National Chairman of the Coalition of Independence, I hereby ratify and endorse you, Latoya Bain Stirrup, as the official candidate for the St. James constituency. Ms. Stirrup, you are authorized to represent this movement, this vision, and the people of the St. James constituency. Congratulations and welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. St. James in the house. Changing coming. Change is here. St. James, you have a lady who is here to bring real change, real results, if given the opportunity. I want to first thank my husband, my family and friends, all of the constituents of St. James. Change is here, St. James.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Latoya Bain Stirrup, the official ratified candidate for the St. James constituency.
That cat did not stay in the bag at all, at all, at all. Congratulations! St. James, here we come! Change coming! Change is here. I can smell it in the air. Change, 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 change. Yes. Number 2. Growing up on the beautiful islands of Bimini, Bahamas, growing up in this vibrant community shaped my love for the ocean and instilled in me the values of hard work and family. In pursuit of a better life for my children, I made a tough decision to move to Freeport. I'm not talking about myself. There, I dedicated myself to providing them with quality education and the opportunity they deserve. Watching my children complete their schooling was one of the proudest moments of my life, and it reaffirmed my commitment to family and their future. Once my children were on solid ground, I returned to my roots in Bimini with a passion for entrepreneurship. I founded 6K Water Taxi and Construction. Not me again. This venture allowed me to serve my community while embracing the maritime lifestyle that I love. Today, I'm proud to work at Ocean Key for ISD as a supervisor for transportation and one of their captains. My role allows me to combine my love for the sea with my leadership skills, ensuring safe and efficient transportation for our community. With each day, I strive to contribute positively to Bimini and its people, staying true to the values that have guided me throughout my journey, whether it was through my business or my work at Ocean Key. I am committed to making a difference in the lives of those around me. I now, again, welcome Michelle Green. I could feel the suspense. I was about to say the name, but I had to stop in my tracks. Michelle Green.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for the second candidate? Ladies and gentlemen, for the great constituency of Bimini and the Berry Islands, I now call forward Mr. Hiram Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roll has demonstrated a clear commitment to his people and his community. His service experience and readiness have been duly recognized. As National Chairman of the Coalition of Independents, I hereby ratify and endorse you, Mr. Hiram Roll, as the official ratified candidate for the great constituency of Bimini and the Berry Islands. You are now informally entrusted. You are now formally entrusted with carrying on the hopes, needs, and aspirations of your constituency forward. Congratulations and welcome.
Good night. First of all, I would thank the good Lord who's been a part of my life for the past 20 years. And without God, I would not have been here today. Also, I'd like to thank my brother and my two daughters for coming here tonight with me for this historical moment with me. And I would love to a sincere appreciation to the COI for accepting me as a candidate for Bimini and the Berry Island. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Thank you.
Ms. Green, I don't think you should leave because we're about to play musical chairs and you'll be back again. So if you're okay with that? Okay, that's fine, okay. The next person, and I love the energy. Trust me, I love the energy. I want our social media people to feel the vibration that is in this house. In this house, because we believe in change for the Bahamas. Hey, no more going to the grocery store with those high prices. No more looking at the gas tank and saying, which one am I going to do? Am I going to have lunch or am I going to put gas in my car? Change is here. Change is here. No more chains holding us in this Bahamas. No more chains. We break free. We break free. Change is here. Yes. As we continue, I am, not saying the names again. She is a Bahamian advocate. Yeah, I let it out. She is a Bahamian advocate whose activism grew from the foundation in fitness, wellness, and personal discipline. Using healthy living as both a shield and a platform, she promoted prevention of lifestyle diseases and avoidance of drugs and alcohol. Her advocacy expounded into writing and public commentary through the Freeport News, where she addressed national service standards, tourism experiences, parenting responsibility, public health, and illegal migration. After reporting being boycotted in 2017, see, we ain't gonna have no more of that. No more boycotting, no more blocking, no more, listen to me, no more victimization. Change is here, Bahamas. She shifted fully to an online platform to continue speaking out on governance and corruption. Politically and civically engaged, the name is here, led and rebranded a national civic group, served as an executive within the, and managed a constituency office, gaining grassroots organization experience. Her community service spans creative arts, fitness, choir singing, feeding kitchens, and sustainable food initiatives, often in partnership with the Seventh-day Adventist churches. A devoted parent, she views child rearing as both a personal duty and a societal investment. Professionally, she has managed and co-owned jewelry businesses, worked in fast-paced transport operations, legal firms, and the Ministry of Tourism as an experienced model and pageantry, including being crowned Miss Grand Bahama. I don't know if that gave it away. Having lived in Grand Bahama, Nassau, England, and the United States, her diverse life experiences inform and sustain commitment to national development and empowerment. Ms. Charlotte Green.
I know some of you know who this person is. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forward for the great constituency of Marco City, none other than Miss Jillian Bartlett. Ms. Bartlett, your journey, your advocacy, and your dedication to the people you serve reflect the kind of leadership this movement stands for. You have shown the leadership is not about position, but about purpose. I've been following for a very long time, and I want to say that I am very proud of you, and I am very happy that you decided to step forward.
Thank you.
So as the national chairman of the Coalition of Independence, I endorse you and hereby ratify you as the official candidate for the Marco City constituency.
Yes! Thank you. I want to say one thing. In light of Valentine's coming up, do you love your country? Yes. I love my country. Yes. It's our country. Yes. It's our legacy, yes, and it is our future as the Bahamians. Yes. All right? Yes. So let's stay focused on the goal. Yes. It is about the Bahamian people and the Bahamas and putting us in a better position. Yes. All right.
Tonight is full of surprises, isn't it? Yes. I usually see you online, and now I see you in person. Finally, congratulations to each and every one of you. The next person. I can't call names, so y'all know how this goes. My early years of education were at Jordan Memorial School and the Western Senior School, both located in Nassau, the Bahamas. I have studied nursing and received a nursing certificate, thus, where my professional career stems in the healthcare industry, where I have more than 23 years of experience. I have worked in the geriatrics unit at the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and we're going to change that name, so it's not going to be that anymore. We're not going to have mental health as taboo in this country under the Coalition of Independence anymore. We believe in the whole you. Yes. I have also worked at the Princess Margaret Hospital and have also held the position as dental assistant, working under the leadership of senior dentist Mr. Richard, Dr. Richard, sorry. My years in the healthcare industry were truly a blessing, as this is and was my passion. As I have a love for serving and helping people in any way that I can, after my retirement from the healthcare industry, I spent 7 years at the National Insurance Board, where I served in the capacity of customer service representative. Again, it was a pleasure, as I was able to again serve and assist the general public, which gave me so much fulfillment and enjoyment. In my spare time, I enjoy listening to music. With the help, it helps soothe me, and she telling me all this stuff. It relaxes her, and all of this wonderful thing. Miss Charlotte Green, before I go on and say something else, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forward the candidate that's going to be representing the great constituency of Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador, none other than Miss Donna McKay. Miss McKay, you represent strength and resilience. And I say strength because who else is going to step forward to go against the Prime Minister of this country? Look at this great woman standing before us, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. McKay, you represent strength and resilience and deep-rooted commitment to family island development. Your readiness to serve and your understanding of the needs of our people are clear. As the national chairman of the Coalition of Independents, I hereby ratify and endorse you, Donna McKay, as the official ratified candidate for Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. May you now move forward with the full support and confidence of this organization. Congratulations to you and welcome.
Good night, a pleasant good night. First and foremost, I give thanks and acknowledge the Spirit of the living God, who's always in our midst. Good evening. My name is Donna Maria McKay, the representative for Cat Island. I'm honored to be chosen to represent these islands under the leadership of Mr. Lincoln Bain. He's a warrior, a man who's not afraid. Even if he has to stand alone, he will stand. A brave man in spirit who believe in changes. Backing him is a team of men and women for this mission who has offered their time and energy in serving the citizens of this beautiful country. This is, it's very hard for me because when you look around and you see what is going on in this beautiful country, the only thing we have left is deja vu. And we have to bring this back to as we know it. This team has heard the cries of the citizens and stepped forward in boldness, offering their service in joining of hands. In our hearts, we carry force in a mindset for change. With passion, we stand. Win or lose, we will stand strong, firm in our decisions in building a better Bahamas. Our former leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, may God rest his soul, Oscar Lyndon Pinland, once said, if you don't fight for your country, then you wouldn't have it. So I say, be bold, stand firm, and let's take our country back. I say to you this evening, there's a mystical feeling in the air under the banner of the COI. For change, our voices must be heard loud and clear, moving forward with a new vision and a new visionary, moving forward with fresh ideas, going in the 21st century. Because if you look at our country, we don't know where we are, who we is. Let's bring back unity as we stand hand in hand with the citizens of this country, putting our difference aside in moving this country into a new direction. I also want to take this time to thank the board members of the COI. You know who you are in your respective places, for accepting my voice as a part I will play in making changes. I thank you from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you who is responsible for this timely mission. Time spent, your energy given and seeing the vision for this beautiful country. You are truly the backbone that carry the strength in this fight. And lastly, my family and friends who stand with me, encouraging me, each and every one of us. Thank you. And I must not leave out the committee sponsors that are the real heart and soul of the mission, because if it wasn't for genuine help and love for their country, this journey would have been a greater fight. Because of our sponsors, we can stand. This is kind of, so I'm gonna, okay, so I can go on, but time. Cat Island, we hear you. We are coming. Rumkey and San Salvador, be ready. I believe God is doing a new thing. I believe He is preparing us for growth, for unity, and for the renewal. And I am ready to serve with humility, with courage, and with a heart rooted in faith. Together with God's help, we can build a better Cat Island that is stronger, safer, full of opportunities. I'm done. Okay. So Cat Islanders,
Take him down.
where the children flourish, a Cat Island where our seniors are honored, a Cat Island where every family has hope, a Cat Island where love leads the way. May God continue to bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Change isn't coming. Changes. Change isn't coming. Changes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our candidate, Ms. Donna McKay for the great constituency of Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. To our newly ratified candidates, wear this responsibility with honor. Serve your people faithfully. Stand firm, even when it's uncomfortable. To the Bahamian people, this is what leadership looks like. This is what the new Bahamas looks like. May God guide each one of you in your communities. Stand victorious. Bring home the new Bahamas. To our members, supporters, and our council members, we look forward to your continued support in pushing this ship, sailing this ship to the new Bahamas. This is election season, and we are ready for war politically. So without further ado, I'll call back up our host, Miss Aisha Clare.
Gigi, come in! Gigi, come in! Stand up, man. Gigi, come in! Gigi, come in! Gigi, come in! And with the same energy, we welcome our deputy leader, Miss Veronica McIver, our next sitting member of parliament for Kalani.
There's a lot of energy in this house. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh. Listen, tonight is not just about ratification. Tonight is about reclamation. Reclaiming our voice, reclaiming our dignity, and reclaiming our country. We stand here to ratify 4 more candidates. But what we are really doing is ratifying a new mindset. A mindset that says enough is enough. For decades, the Bahamian people have been trapped between 2 political brands, the PLP and the FNM, sold to us as choices, but in reality, they have governed like 2 sides of the same worn-out coin. Different slogans, same results, different faces, but same failures. This government has failed the Bahamian people miserably. They promised transparency, but we got secrecy. They promised accountability, but we got excuses. They promised better health care, but we got suffering. They promised integrity, but we got corruption dressed up as normal governance. And yes, and worst of all, they promised a new day, but delivered more of the same darkness. Corruption is no longer whispered about. It is normalized. Contracts awarded without explanation. Public funds spent without clarity. Decisions made behind closed doors while the people are locked out. And when the people ask questions, we are told, trust us, trust us. But trust is earned, and this government has squandered it. Look at our healthcare system, and I should know, I am the shadow minister of health. Nurses are burned out. Doctors are overwhelmed. Patients waiting, suffering, sometimes dying. Not because the solutions don't exist, but because leadership has failed. Healthcare is not a privilege. It is not a talking point. It is actually a human right. And this government has treated it like an afterthought. Let's talk a little bit about transparency. Ask yourself, where is the data? Where are the reports? Where is the accountability when systems collapse and no one resigns? But here's the good news. Because there is good news. The people are waking up. The Bahamian people are no longer voting out of fear. They are no longer voting out of habit. They are no longer accepting crumbs while a few feast. The mindset
is changing. And that is why the Coalition of Independence is rising. COI is not a recycled party. We are not owned, and we are not indebted to special interests. We are accountable to one group only, the Bahamian people. Tonight, as we ratify 4 more candidates, we are saying something powerful to this nation. You do not have to choose between corruption and incompetence. You do not have to settle for broken promises. You do not have to accept poor governance as your destiny. There is an alternative. An alternative rooted in transparency, an alternative grounded in accountability, an alternative driven by people, not politics. Our candidates are not perfect, but they are present. We are not career politicians, but we are servant leaders. We are not part of the old political machinery, but that is exactly why we are dangerous to the status quo. Let me repeat that. But we are dangerous to the status quo. And let me say this clearly. The establishment is nervous because they can feel it. They can feel the shift. They can feel the momentum. They can feel the people slipping out of their control. This election will not be won by slogans. It will be won by truth. It will be won by courage. It will be won by people who are ready to say, we deserve better. And we are choosing better. Tonight, we ratify more than candidates. We ratify a movement. We ratify a future where government answers to the people, not the other way around. The Bahamas is not broken, but our politics are. And together, with the Coalition of Independence, we are here to fix it. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Thank you, and God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Thank you so much. Now for the moment we have been waiting for. We were waiting for the ratification, but to hear from this giant of a man. Tonight we represent and we present a leader for the new moment in our history. Bold in vision, grounded in integrity, and committed to the people over politics. This leader represents a coalition of independents united by purpose and driven by the belief in the new Bahamas that works for everyone. Please join me, please stand and join me as we welcome our leader of the Coalition of Independence, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bay! Welcome, sir.
Change ain't coming.
Change is here.
Change ain't coming.
Change is here.
Awesome. Thank you. Be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we have presented to you real candidates. We have presented to you Bahamians who are ready for change. Ladies and gentlemen, I am tired of the same old politicians. This person and that person, they say, has worked here and worked there and done this and that, but it's their party that is the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, this time don't just vote for the candidate, vote for the party that has your best interests at heart. There are some people who are saying my candidate kept the park clean. They gave out stuff on Mother's Day. They gave backpacks to the children while the country is falling apart. While their party steals all of your VAT money. It's time for something different. Well, I got something to say tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say it, we have presented to you more real Bahamians, more qualified Bahamians. Last week, we presented the shadow ministers that are going to usher this country into the new Bahamas. We are the first party to issue shadow ministers who are qualified in every area. The PLP and F&M gives you ministers who are not qualified. And you wonder why the country is falling apart. These people know nothing about the areas that they're in. What does Jobette Colby know about energy? Or transportation? What do they know? I can go straight to their cabinet and show you unqualified people. I could do the same with the previous administration. What does Renwood Wells know about health? How does this stuff end up happening? Well, we showed you, even though the media didn't cover it, we showed you qualified candidates for every area. That has never happened before. So the Bahamian people has a choice to make. Do you want to try something different? Try educated, qualified, experienced candidates. Or continue with the same thing, just voting for party. I think it's time for something different. Ladies and gentlemen, this educator, this teacher, educator, that's going to take St. James is going to take St. James. Miss Latoya Bean Stirrup. No relation, but she's now family. She was the campaign general under the F&M and the PLP in Golden Isles. She was the one who put them in, and now she's going to be the one to take them out. Mr. Hiram Roll is Bimini. It don't get no more Bimini than Mr. Hiram Roll. That talented entrepreneur, boat owner, he is Bimini. In fact, when I ran in the by-election, last election, he was the one carrying me around on the boat to all the different islands. Well, guess what? Now he got his own boat to do his own campaigning. Miss Jillian Bartlett is a legend in Grand Bahama. She is a sister of the soil. She didn't migrate to Grand Bahama like Pinta did. She is Grand Bahama. She didn't migrate to the Bahamas like Pinta did either. She is Grand Bahama. And she has been fighting. She has been having protests over the years. Y'all remember when they had the 7 days protest where they slept at the bazaar? Well, that was Jillian. Who organized WTO? That was Jillian and others. Jillian has been standing up and fighting and organizing for this country. She started an organization called Bahamas for Bahamians, where she advocated, wrote letters, and fought to keep our sovereignty. That woman is a leader. And we are sending her to Marco City to cancel out the actor. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Donna McKay is a giant killer. That former nurse, don't mind her quiet in stature, but I can listen to her more than I can listen to Philip Brave Davis. She's decided to go on and take him out, to put Philip Brave Davis in retirement. How many of you believe it's time for him to retire? Well, this nurse is going to put him in retirement once and for all. Philip Brave Davis, go sit down. Philip Brave Davis, go sit down. Philip Brave Davis. I want to thank all of the media that is here for covering this. We have laws, and the laws say that you must cover all of the political parties equally. And so I want to thank you for being here. The Tribune here? No? No one from the Tribune here? Well, guess what? I could be in the headlines in the Tribune tomorrow, because, they could only cover us with this negative stuff. I saw I was in the paper the other day. I was shaking hands with, what's his name, Valentine Grimes. And we made headline in the papers. I mean, free publicity. But we made headlines in the papers because I was at a government meeting called by the parliamentary commissioner to inform us on the electoral process. And we sat down, and being civil with each other, we shook each other's hand. He also shook hands with Dwayne Sands from the F&M, but they cut that part out and put me on the headline shaking Valentine's Grimes hand in order to make it seem like I had made some secret deal. Well, let me tell you something. I don't sell out. The Bahamas is not for sale, and Lincoln Bean is not for sale. The F&M and PLP could tell you that, because boy, have they tried. And if I ain't take their millions before, I ain't gonna take it now. And yes, I said it, millions. But that's the only time they could put us in the paper. Let me just get this little piece of housekeeping out of the way. So they published something in the paper today, some thing by that old court case where I had a business and another investor. We had a bunch of investors, and it burned down, and someone felt I should pay them back personally. And so it went through the ropes. The Privy Council said they wasn't taking it. That's a crazy case. They don't want it. And so at the end of the day, I told them that we would deal with that matter. All right? And I gave my lawyer instructions. And I said, go and negotiate with the other lawyer and settle it. And so that is what she did. And they came across a figure, amount of money to pay. And when they came across that number, my lawyer said she had one requirement. And that requirement was proof of life. Because that person has never shown up to court, other than when she came to testify. Now, if someone owe me money, I could tell you something, I could be in court every day. Supreme Court, didn't show back up. Appeals Court, never showed up. Privy Council, never showed up. And so all my lawyer said, to be fair, all we want is a driver's license to prove that you're alive. That's it. So that we're not paying the law firm. We want to know that you push this, not the law firm. All right? Brave friends. But we wanted to know that you are pushing that you are pushing this. So just show us that you're alive, because we haven't seen you since 2016. And so that's all we ask for. Now, you think that's fair? All we asked for is proof of life, and we're ready. But, of course, after she asked for proof of life, she didn't hear from the lawyers on the other side again. And then they came with this nonsense saying they can't catch up with Lincoln Bean, so they had to publish in the paper demanding that I pay. The easiest person in the Bahamas to catch up with is Lincoln Bean. I announce everywhere that I am going to be, and I am there. I am live every Sunday with the public can come here, right here. I am in my offices every single day, And so the easiest person to catch up with is Lincoln Bean. So when the Tribune called me today, I said, how come you could find me, but they can't find me? No, they wanted something to publish in the papers to attack. All right? So we told them, listen, settle the matter, but we didn't hear from them again when we asked for proof of life. And so we also told them, and I don't really want to be talking about this, because the other side, she doesn't talk about it, but there's no court case in the history of the Bahamas that has been talked about more than this. Brave Davis has had many cases. Batista Marine get a $10 million yet. The Whitefish brothers get theirs yet. Who living in 90 house? I ain't never been in no murder for hire. I lock up murderers. I lock up drug dealers. I ain't represent them. I lock them up. And so like I told you, this is the political season, so they're going to come. If they really had something on me, can you imagine what they would have done? I shake hands with Valentine Graham and I make headlines in the paper. Can you imagine if they really had something on me? Can you imagine? If me shaking his hand, that shows you how desperate they are. Because if they really had something, they would have been all over me. Think about that. Just use common sense. If shaking hands with Valentine, they had to twist that story and put it on the headlines of the papers. Imagine. They got one little court case. I don't think there's any businessman in the history of the world who don't have a court case. Brave had court cases. Pintard had court cases. And so I'm not unrepentant because of the situation, but I'm saying that they're using this as a political football. And so the Bahamian people have a choice to make. You can go with the people who've been crooking you, or you could go with the man they call a crook. My question to you is, who really been crooking you? When you look at your light bill, who been crooking you? When you look at your VAT bill, who been crooking you? When you look at your food store bill, who been crooking you? When the civil servants can't get paid, who been crooking you? All I can say is I'm a Bahamian young man and I'm tired. And that's why I am here. That's why I am standing up for the Bahamian people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on bail right now as we speak because I take this country seriously. And we have fought their corruption. And we will continue to fight their corruption. I just went into the station to sign bail last Saturday because I stood up for you. I slept on a urine-filled jail cell because I was standing up for you. There was feces smeared on the wall because I was standing up for you. I am on 2 sets of bail, not one, because I'm standing up for you. And let me make something clear. Do you know what the punishment would be if I'm found guilty for unlawful assembly? $50. $50. But I didn't spend more than the 48 hours in jail, so I've already been punished for you. Pinlin went to jail for us. Milo Butler went to jail for us. Randall Fox went to jail for us. Even Martin Luther King went to jail for us. I thank God every time I go to Miami. Lincoln Bean went to jail for you. Because I take this country seriously. This time is COI or die. Because our country, while they're going to distract you tomorrow with their little story, this country is being invaded by a prime minister who says that he is one of them and he is going to look out for them and he has always looked out for them. And the leader of the opposition ain't fighting him on that because he is one of them. We still waiting on his birth certificate. I got mine. Y'all got yours? I got mine. Why Pintard wouldn't show his? I am not against any race of people. I love all people. I spent my money when Haiti had the earthquake. Lots of money. Got a plane and took them supplies and went there and got corn in my hand trying to rebuild Haiti. I don't hate anybody. No one who hates the people does that kind of thing. You can spend your own money. I did that because I am a son of God who loves all people. But God is a God of decency and order. And when you come to my country, you're going to come the right way. We are under invasion, y'all. If we don't win this next election, it's over. There will be no country for you. Canada let the people come in and overloaded them, and now Trudeau had to step down. They don't have any housing. The High Commissioner, that's like the ambassador, the High Commissioner of the United Kingdom came and paid a courtesy call on me today. I want to thank them. I want to thank them for that courtesy call. I think that's the first time they've ever had a courtesy call on a third-party leader in world history. Maybe some people out there realize that it's time for change. But of course, they are non-political at all, and I want to make that clear. But of course, if a party may win, you got to start the relations from now and not get caught by surprise. And so I don't know what they see, but I hope you all see the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole world can see what this government is doing. This country is being run like a drug mafia. I did not stutter. This country is being run like a drug mafia. We are being embarrassed internationally. Again! Every time we put the PLP there, we get embarrassed. Every time we put the F&M there, we get embarrassed. Y'all ain't tired yet? I tired. I can't take much more of this. And there are some people who are saying that we are spoilers. That we, well, first they say they're hired by the PLP. Let me make some common sense for you. If we was there acting on behalf of the PLP, you think they would have been attacking me like this? I was been their man. They would have been sharing everything I say. They wouldn't have been attacking me. You know when attacking me out in the PLP? Because, oh, they scared. The COI coming. Oh, they scared. And so, for those people who say that we are carrying water for the PLP, let me make this clear for you. The PLP went to Goodman's Bay Beach before CARICOM and broke international law. They created a humanitarian crisis by beating and dragging and kicking women. See, I've been dragged and had my head slammed against a police car for you. I don't mind that. I sign up for this. But when you go on a public beach and you abuse your own Bahamian people, I got a problem with you. If you ever think that I am going to side with the crooked, corrupt, decrepit PLP, that will never happen. And I will make it abundantly clear, if you see me join them, don't support me. No more. Don't come when I call, because that means I've sold out. You know, looking back, because we ain't going back there. They could kick me, drag me, stop me, lie on me. They could put me before all the courts in this country. I ain't backing down. Y'all gonna have to kill me. So the message went out that they got a hit out there on me. Y'all heard that? Look, no bulletproof vest. Only my armor of righteousness and my sword and shield. Whenever you're ready, come try. I ain't hiding. Y'all know where to find me. I am covered in the blood. What I am cannot be killed. I am my idea. I am an idea whose time has come. And that idea that is that Bahamians can be put first in our country. That Bahamians can benefit from our natural resources. We can have a country with good governance that actually works. We can have fire engines. We can have ambulances, man. We can have a clinic. The light can stay on. The light can be affordable. We can have water, man. Why are we begging for the simplest things, but still voting for the people who are depriving us of it? You can kill me all you want. I have a mansion waiting on me. So the worst thing you could do to me is the best thing you could do to me. Because I ain't scared. In this life or the next one. But they put it out there that the Haitian Zoe Pound gang put a hit on me. Don't be fooled. The Haitians ain't put no hit on me. That's the politicians put hit on me with that gang. All right? It's the politicians. I hear some people talking, but it'll be civil war if they touch me. Let me tell you something. Don't let them misdirect and fool you. It's them. Something happen, go look for them. Don't go look for the Haitian. Go look for them. Because only them will benefit. All right? Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the people they hiring to do the dirty work. They ain't the problem. Let's get to the bottom of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a passionate Bahamian, and passionate people are sometimes misunderstood. The media only shows us when we're out there protesting, so there's a lot of Bahamians who believe that I'm a rowdy person, that all we do is row and be loud, and they don't understand that we didn't start this with rowing. We started this with vision. We started by educating the Bahamian people. And we educate the Bahamian people every Sunday at 5 o'clock. And we give them the opportunity to call in and address us. No other leader has the courage or integrity to do that, to let you speak. Vision 2030 is a proposal to the Bahamian people. We put it on our website so that you can add your ideas to that proposal. And then we will release the final document. No political party in history has ever let the Bahamian people contribute to the vision. Because the vision is not about you for them. It's about their financial backers. And their whole manifesto is about getting money back to their financial backers. If they build a clinic, they ain't building that for you. That's why they don't maintain it. If the clinic was for you, they would have maintained that. That clinic was for their crony to get the money and give them half of it. When they paved the road, they ain't paving that for you. Otherwise, they would have paved it properly. Tar on dirt is not paving a road. And so they are doing that for their crony to get the money and for them to get half of it. Don't be fooled. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is simple. The choice that you have to make is simple. This is not choosing between perfect people and imperfect people. Because when people can't argue on the facts and the real issues, they character assassinate. This issue is about the national issues of this country. A fancy clinic that you're calling a hospital is not a hospital. It is not what we need. It is not a hospital for women. Because if you got high blood pressure or diabetes or anything going on with you, that hospital ain't for you. That's only for people having babies. And Bahamians ain't the one having the babies. You mean to tell me after 53 years, these people ain't built not one hospital, and you go vote for them? Do you know what you are telling them? You are telling them you don't want a hospital. You are voting for it. That's why they will never give you a hospital. You keep voting for no hospital. And if you vote for them again, because they've already shown you, oh, we're not building a hospital. That's what they're saying. We're not building a hospital. So if you vote for them, you're saying, well, we didn't want a hospital. All right? She said the Chinese building a hospital. The Chinese ain't building a hospital. They building a maternity clinic. They can legally call it a hospital because after you have the baby, you could sleep in there. So once you sleep in there, it's a hospice. So they could call it a hospital, but it's not a hospital. It's a trick. So I don't want no one falling for their trick and calling that a hospital. It is not a hospital. They have failed. And even that clinic will not be finished before election. So they have failed. You mean to tell me after 53 years we can't get electricity together in this country? 53 years? Because they buy in the oil from Focal that is owned by all of these people in power? Your light bill is high because of the fuel surcharge. Now, when you figure out where that fuel surcharge going, then you know why your light bill high. It ain't the bill, it's the fuel. Now, when you figure out who benefiting from that fuel, you will stop shaking your pom-poms for them. Then going home and your light off. Ladies and gentlemen, before the last election, we educated the Bahamian people about carbon credits. What did they say? Lincoln being selling dreams. Carbon credits ain't real. Don't mind him, that's a scam. Now that's all they're talking about. But the problem is, they've already entered into agreements for blue bonds worth $11.34 billion. And all they need to solidify that now is to measure the seagrass. 4 boats have gone out. They are out right now as we speak, measuring the seagrass. They have formed a private company that will be benefiting from this. The company was formed by Anthony Ferguson and them. That's the Guardian them. So you can see the Guardian and all them attacking me soon because I talk about this stuff, all right? So y'all don't fall for the tricks. You might see some other little attacks in the Guardians, lawsuits, this kind of stuff. You can see it. Don't fall for it. This reminds me of Trump. They was throwing everything at him before the election. Jesus. So when you see it, don't be surprised. It was formed by Anthony Ferguson and a lady who worked in our office on behalf of Brave Davis and them. But why can't we benefit, man? Why is it so much to ask for Bahamians to benefit? Why is that so wrong for me to do? I'm not fighting for me, you know. I'm fighting for you, for your children, for your grandchildren. I want the money to go to you. Now watch this, Bahamas. Watch this. Donald J. Trump just implemented what he called a Trump account, which is the same as our Jumpstart program that was in our Vision 2025. That would have started in 2021 had we won the election. And you would have already been benefiting. he started the same vision that I had. That I had some conversations with some people who were close with him. The same vision that I had. That's a good thing, though. He's looking out for his people. And remember, we talked about opening an account and doing an endowment fund for every Bahamian child that's born. And that by the time as they get 18, they will be able to get their money. All right? Once they qualified at 21, they would actually get the money. All right? That's a beautiful idea. To empower your grandchildren, your children's children. You see, when your politician come, ask him what he planned to do for your grandchildren. Then you can know if he's serious. Little old COI had a plan for your grandchildren, but you was busy trying to make your politician rich and forgetting your children. Now guess who else is doing the same thing? Mia Motley in Barbados is now doing the same thing. Every child will get $5,000 in a fund that will be traded on the market that will multiply by the time as they get 18. Everything that we are saying to you is doable. We're not selling dreams. We are making your dreams come true. We are making your dreams a reality. We have so much wealth, man. What made slavery last so long was not the master, it was the slaves. Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed so many more slaves if only they had known that they were slaves. There are people just settling for failure. All we're saying is let's give something different a try. For those people who are saying that we're looking to be spoilers, the FNM and PLP have been spoiling this nation for 53 years. How much more spoiling you want? How is there a solution in going back to the FNM? We just run them for spoiling this country. How do you think Pintard is going to do anything different? There's some people who feel, oh, the PLP just gotta go, man. We just need them to go, man. Let's just make sure they go by let's go with the FNM. And go to what? We tried that before. That didn't work. What is going to be different? What will the FNM do for immigration? What will they do for healthcare? Have you heard one actual plan from the FNM yet? They're going shopping in our plans. So now the actor, the bad actor leader of the FNM has brought another bad actor. Y'all ever actually watch one of Rick Fox movies? Man, I challenge you to go watch any one of the movies he was in. You will not vote for him after that. You can't stay right to the movie. I want to make this clear. This is not against Rick Fox personally, But we tired of being bamboozled and hoodwinked. Pintard with Rick Fox did the same old We March strategy. Pintard was behind We March. The FNM could not get any traction. Minister was having rally in the alley and no one was coming out. All right? And so they said, we got to do something to rally up the people. And so Pintard, John Boswick, Renard Henfield met. All right? They was meeting in the Taj Mahal and at FNM headquarters. And they met and decided to do this march, make it look like it was going to be bipartisan, form Arca Michael first, make it seem like we just some people about our community. And then after that, let's raise it into We March and get everyone to come out. And say it's going to be non-political, say you're not running, saying you're not on any side, et cetera, et cetera. That was the talk. And then you saw what happened. With Rick Fox, he did the same thing. In the police force, they told me you can't start off wrong and end up right. Rick Fox came out saying that he was going to be bipartisan, non-political. That's what he said. He's not taking any sides. He said he wasn't talking to any political leaders. And in fact, he said he put something out and none of them responded to him. I did a whole live responding to him. I reached out to him. I had someone that I know that he know, another actor, reach out to him and said, we don't mind talking to you. Because I said to all of you, I want to see what he's about first. So it's not that we are mad with him because he didn't come with us. We weren't interested in him coming with us because we haven't seen what he has done for us. Not that he owes us anything, but you don't just drop out of the sky when it's election time and then come and say you want to run. 2021 election came and went, and the COI was still on the ground. Election week, we was on the ground. We never left. The day after election, we was on the ground, fighting for the people, jumping on planes. We never left. And so he said all that. He didn't talk to any political leaders, et cetera, et cetera. And then guess what? During his ratification, what he said, he'd been talking to Pintard for months. But he went on social media saying he didn't talk to no political leaders. So if the man come out lying to you, you can vote for him. Here is my problem. I want the media to get this. The issue I have with Rick Falk, they ain't gonna put this on it. Let's test them. You already test them? They just put negative about me. Let's see. Let's see if the Tribune won't put this in the headlines tomorrow. What's his name? Rick Fox. And I'm looking for him to show us any successful company that he's been involved in. Any. But he started this thing called Partana, right? That's his company. And they promised to build all these houses in Abaco. And he ain't built one. They built one little sample house that ain't even functional. I don't know what that is. But they haven't built one commercial house for sale. Not one. But you want our government to give you land to go do what you've never proven that you could do? Well, if you got all this money, you say you couldn't build one house? You couldn't take $100,000 and build one house? Not one? Not two? You couldn't take your money. Okay, the government didn't give you no money because you've not proven yourself. And it started with the F&M who didn't give him because he made that promise. That was for Dorian under the F&M. So it's this same F&M that didn't give him the land. And then the PLP didn't give him the land either. But he joined with that same F&M he's complaining about. All right? But you have not proven yourself. We don't even know that you could build a house. But you want us to give you our land for you to take it and sell it? We don't know what you're going to do. But he has not done anything. They raised $33 million to assist the people of Abaco. We're asking Rick Fox to account for that $33 million and show us one house that you built as promised with that $33 million. Let's see no game, Rick Fox. This ain't your personal record. This what is happening with your public record. You promised to build houses for the people of Abaco and Moores Island. Where are the houses? He said the government didn't give him the land. Well, land on the family islands, cheap. Cheap. And so if you got all this money, you couldn't take some money and buy 1 acre and build some houses and then tell the government, see, that's how serious I am. Proof. And then the government could come to you and say, okay, we're going to give you all these acres and you're going to be able to do what you got to do. But we can't just give a basketball player our land. No. Now here's the real catch. This is the real catch that I want the media to ask him if they start asking real questions. This is the real catch. So he didn't get his deal for his company with the PLP. So now he's going with the F&M. But we believe that the reason he's going with them is because he wants to go to do this housing thing for his company, and money will be made. Do you know how I know that? Didn't you hear Pintard over the last few months saying, oh, we could build 2,000 houses. We could have a housing revolution. That's what he was saying to stoke up Rick Fox, to convince him to come over. We could build 2,000 houses. He talking about the Rick Fox thing. Rick Fox, who promised to build 1,000, will Pinta double it. Rick Fox promised to build 1,000 houses. He ain't built the first one yet. But now let me tell you the problem. You all sitting down? You all ready? Rick Fox, if you are a member of the cabinet, it will be conflict of interest for your company to get our land and get our contracts to build them house. You let Pinta them swing you. Now, he ain't gonna be able to get that, so he can be mad again. People of Garden Hills, don't waste your time. That man can step down when he realizes Pinta them swing him. It could be a by-election in Garden Hills if you let him win. So run him one time and we can send a candidate for y'all in Garden Hills in a minute. That's the last seat that we're gonna ratify. All right? We didn't ratify all the other ones. We're just waiting on Garden Hills, but we can send someone to spank up Rick Fox. But that's the catch. You saw what happened in Michael, right? Robert Karen, that's the Tribune. Who could put me in the papers tomorrow? Robert Karen was there with all his talks, all what he could do this and he could do that, and they going after the carbon credits too. Just so you know, Rick Fox is going after the carbon credits with that company. Go on YouTube and search Rick Fox and actually see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Rick Fox was a part of FDX. You all forget that. I can send the videos out. He was right there, playing a major role in FDX stuff. Not a shareholder, but he was a part of that. All right? But what Rob and Karen is doing, they're trying to make money off our carbon credits. I was trying to make money for the Bahamian people with this. These fellas are trying to take the carbon credits money and give it to themselves. $156 billion a year. But Bahamians still thinking but voting for them. How? Well, so Robin Karen, when he realized what I just said about Rick Fox, he realized, hold on, there's a conflict of interest. Didn't you hear him say that? He said, my money or running? He said, well, see y'all later, Michael. Still love y'all because I come in there to make my money, but that one over. These people don't care about y'all, they care about their pockets. The COI cares about your pocket and your children's pocket and your children's pocket. Because we are going to eliminate lines on the parks for backpack. If after 53 years people still got to line up for backpack, you failed. If after year one, any children have to line up on the park to get a backpack under the COI, I want y'all to overthrow this government, eh? We joking, we failed. It's time for change, ladies and gentlemen. We have presented you a vision, in Vision 2030, at the IMAX Theater. We want to thank you for coming and parking that theater, because you believe. We've started with vision. We have now presented you the cabinet ministers who are going to make that happen, and they are all qualified for their areas. We have, in some areas, we have many people qualified. We have so many computer scientists and educators. There's another teacher on board now. We got boat captains and nurses and doctors and, everything you need we got. But y'all want to vote for them? Lastly, J. Philippe. When you come on nomination day, don't just bring your passport. Don't just bring your $400. Bring your official document of renunciation of citizenship from Haiti. If you don't bring that, don't bother to come. The last thing I want to show you about this Rick Fox nomination that many of you, it's gone over a lot of your heads. This is the last thing I want to show you. That is a person born outside of this country who can now run for MP and can also run for Prime Minister. Born outside of this country. I don't want you to think I have something against Rick Fox, but I want you to know that people can move to this country from Haiti, Jamaica, China, America, get their passport, and immediately they could run for Prime Minister. Y'all know what that means? Let me just say this to all of you, and I say this publicly on the live. I know Rick Fox's family. I knew his father. You know how I knew his father? I have to. I know his father. All right, this ain't personal. Ulrich owned Holiday Ice. He was going through some serious financial problems. Serious. His light bill was going crazy. He couldn't keep the lights on. And that's understandable. A lot of Bahamian business people go through that because light's expensive. But he was going through serious financial problems. I was a serial entrepreneur at the time, and he called me for help. And he also wanted to sell Holiday Ice. And he gave me a proposal for buying Holiday Ice. And I looked at him and I said, Ulrich, is this a scam? He's like, what do you mean if this is a scam? I said, because Rick Fox is your son. How you mean to tell me your light bill due and you need some money to assist you and you need to sell this business? Rick Fox is making millions being a basketball player, and you need assistance? He said, I wouldn't even begin to start to tell you, but I need assistance. I didn't buy the business because it looked like a scam to me. I'm like, there's no way Rick Fox is your son. And you need to sell this business, and you can't keep this going. I said, there's no way. And so, I ain't in their personal business, but I just telling you, I didn't go forward with it. All right? Because it looked funny to me. I did assist him, but I didn't buy the business. Rick Fox, you come to help us?
Wow.
Rick Fox, I stepped in for you, and I helped your daddy. All right? I didn't say that to brag because I never talked about this prior to this. But I probably still have the proposal sitting down in one file somewhere. But I stepped in for you, okay? So we need real change. Not some slick talker with a pretty face trying to deceive the people. Flirting and coming on to news reporters is not transforming a nation. Showing up right before elections is not transforming a nation. We need real change. Real change. And so, when you start by talking about accountability and transparency and all this stuff that he was talking about, there was some good talks, eh? How do you then go to the F&M? The party that was not transparent with us. The party that hid our hurricane supplies after Dorian. Well, he fit right in with them. Because they ain't give us the supplies, and we ain't see what he do yet with what he got. If he got it. So he fit right in with the F&M. They hid our hurricane supplies. They took the money, didn't give it to us. Now we have the same questions about Rick Fox. Well, where else he could go? He fit right in. And so that's enough for talking about Rick Fox. And there's some people who told me that, listen, man, you should have stayed presidential and not have anything to say. I have another mandate that I told the Bahamian people, that I will educate you about the scandals and skullduggery of the politicians. When they try to deceive you, no one else will cover it. No one else will touch it. Everyone is afraid of them. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. And so I'm going to say what the Lord tells me to say. And if, like John the Baptist, I'll put my head on a platter until you try to cut it off. It's simple as that. But we can't continue to fall for these same old political tricks. It's time to wake up, Bahamas. It's time. Y'all ready to wake up? Y'all thinking about your children? Well, this movement is for you and yours. This ain't just for the future, you know. This for the now. Because it's our time now. It's our time now. It's our time. It's our time. It's our time. It's our time. We're tired of empowering the politicians. We're tired of their tricks. We're tired of the politics. It's time for something new. Ladies and gentlemen, there's more than enough out there for every single Bahamian. And I vow to you on this day to fight for you and your children and your children's children with every ounce of strength that I have, with every ounce of my blood, sweat, and tears, with every liter of my breath. Ladies and gentlemen, I will fight for you. Ladies and gentlemen, these candidates are coming on the stage right now. Every candidate who is here today, come on the stage. We are fighting for you. These people are sacrificing their lives. They are being victimized. We ain't complaining. We ain't crying. We are standing up. Some of them can't get no jobs no more in this country. Some of them won't able to get no mortgage in this country. They can't get no contracts. But we are standing up for you. So for those people who say that we want to be spoilers, no, we want to throw out the spoilers. The F&M is not the way. The PLP is not the way. The Bahamian people is the way. You are the way. And that is why you have decided to come up here. Doctors, engineers, teachers, computer scientists, nurses, everything that you can imagine is standing here to make this happen. So ladies and gentlemen, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. We got a few more months to Judgment Day. On Judgment Day, let's retire them. Let's send them to the pits of hell where they belong. Both the F&M and the PLP. Let's send them back to the pits of hell. It's time for the Bahamian people to win. The F&M says, we work for you, not the few. That is the biggest political lie I've ever heard in my life. And if Bahamians fall for that, nothing for them. But ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the people who are going to transform this nation. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's not our time. It's our time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. See you next time.